I'm trying to get that Rich Voss torso.
I gained a few.
You gained a few?
Maybe 3. You know what? Here's the deal about losing weight. Unless you're if not ready, if you were talking about something, but
no, go for it. We want diet secrets with Rich Voss.
No, I don't know. It's so hard because I always watch Naked and Afraid right on TV. You ever seen this?
No.
Okay, well they throw someone on an island, a couple, not separate, a guy and no clothes. They get to bring one thing each from home, which I would bring a houseboat. But anyhow. Sometimes they're in Brazilian, wherever, jungles, freezing, and they're naked, and they always cover somehow, and so you think about losing weight, but they're on there eating bugs and this and that, not some days not eating for 6. So at the end of the 21 days, they go, well, and Susan lost 17 pounds. I'm going, she lost only 17 pounds eating bugs 21 days. I want to lose 8 pounds and I'm surrounded by pizza. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's going to be fucking impossible if you can only lose. Do you get what I'm saying?
If you're starving yourself on an island, you're only going to lose 18 pounds in a month.
In a month? Yeah. What the fuck do you got to do?
Yeah, well, you don't have a hope when you have a Sbarro's right down the street from your house.
And there's
no, I totally get it. You're
not even eating shitty if you're just eating a sustaining amount of food.
I love ginger ale. There's so much sugar in it.
Why don't you just drink diet? The best.
I don't like that diet because I don't trust.
Diet ginger ale is the best, one of the best diet sodas.
But here's the thing: I don't like any of those artificial sweeteners.
Okay, how about this then?
I just don't like them.
What do you call it? I drink them all the time. The rapper, he's involved with the
Sprite Zero.
You're talking vitamin water.
Vitamin water light.
By the way, can I just say, I just love the way that Rich Voss explains rap by doing his hands in the rapping moment. He goes, "What's that rapper?"
That's not. Rich Voss is a million miles from Def Jam.
Oh my God, sir, that's an assistant principal way of talking to black kids. You're like, hey, you and your boys need to get to study hall.
Bonnie has a great line. She goes, "When I'm around black people, I start talking black."
Yeah.
One time she heard herself saying, "I have a dream."
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I've always said my mom used to drive me nuts, but she would do that when she had black friends come over.
My mom does the same thing.
My mom gets friends. She's like, my mom, not like
girlfriend.
Not to over-exaggerate. Girlfriend. That's what I was going to say. It's like, girlfriend, you don't even need that. Just he needs to pay his child support.
Why is it?
Like, what?
Dude, white single moms.
You phony. You Jewish phony.
You're Carson Daly right now. You know how you always black it up when there would be a rapper on TRL? Yeah, he'd be like, what's up, dog? What's up, dog? And the next day, Backstreet Boys would be like, hey, guys. Hi.
Yeah, sometimes I get a little, because I grew up in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it clicks in sometimes.
So you go back to original Voss mode.
I am street, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you're also street from the fucking 50s, so you say different stuff. You're like, hey, cool cat, don't you be bugging me on that. Don't you be stepping on my slims.
Pick the wrong one to mess with, Jack.
All these black dudes are like, yo, man, this motherfucker retarded.
Yo, check out that skirt.
Yeah. Yo, look at the yams on that fat fool.
You guys are socialists. We're the greasers.
Oh, man, this motherfucker ain't from the hood. This motherfucker's back when Irish people in the hood.
You know what's weird? I grew up in a relatively black neighborhood and started... like you also in that black comedy scene, I never, ever really adopted the language. No, I definitely pandered, but I never changed my vernacular at all. Yeah, and I never said the word like dope or
what's up, dog.
I never used words like fly or word up for Rio or anything like that. And people really did, you know. Whack, something was whack. I never said that. I just never said those words.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we had words that we grew up in just growing up, you know.
Sure, yeah, me too.
You know, stupid. I mean, I don't know. Like, we would say, let's break camp. That means leave.
Yeah.
You know, rollers up, cops are coming.
Yeah, you guys sound more like old bikers and fucking naval admirals. Yeah, let's pull anchor. We got to get out of here.
But I never picked up the black terminology, and doing the black circuit comedy, like, that probably would have made my pandering go on well longer than it did. Thank God.
You're saying had you pandered when you were growing up, you would have pandered more.
I definitely pandered in comedy because I wanted to kill him. I just wanted to do good. And an all black crowd, as a white dude, there are like shortcuts and tricks you can do. Yeah. Not even being a hack, sort of a hack, but just like you could always dance a little on stage in some way. You could do something where you're humping the stool, like funny motions, stuff like just like very visual. like visual kind of over the top stuff. Like, and it's just white guy tricks of
Look, in a black one, all you got to do is fucking trash somebody real quick if they and fucking you'll win them over, whatever.
We learned that. We learned that the hard way because or else it'll go pretty weird. If Latino crowds turn on you, they're big laughers though. Latino crowds can be pretty great.
more than I think black crowds if they like.
If you get a black crowd, it's the best. It's one of the best things.
It's the best.
We talked about this last night.
Yeah, the adoration is.
Yeah. I did one of talent shows, and there was another white comic, and he went on second and just fucking ate it, and he was like really pandering, where he's like, y'all looking at a white boy up here, and y'all thinking like, oh, he's crazy. He's crazy. And he just ate his dick. And then I went up three comics later, and I was like, hi, I'm here to rectify things for the white race. And they were like, bah! And they're like, this motherfucker. Because you're like, yeah, that guy sucked. And it's what you said. I just started shitting on the other comic.
Well, I was doing a black club. I was hosting. This was it's called Terminal D. It was like the first black club in Jersey before the Peppermint Lounge.
Yeah, it's also a great Delta one at LaGuardia. It's my favorite terminal.
Some they don't always work. So
I killed with Jacob, so fuck you, boss. If I'm making Tiny Dancer laugh, you can't stop me.
So this black guy, I was hosting the show, and he went up and he was fucking eating it.
Yeah.
And he yells to the audience, he goes, fuck you guys. I was at a white club and they were nicer to me. So I was hosting. I went up after him. I go, I was at the white club and they didn't like him there either. And they fucking go nuts over it. Something they just go fucking. I was doing one black room. It was so.
I used to watch Talent. I mean, Talent used to do that a lot. That was one thing in the black circuit did happen a lot more. There was offstage unity. Like if you ate shit, when the host gets off stage after taking you off stage, he'll come over to you and give you like hey man, live to fight another day, dude. Don't sweat it. Ain't no big deal. But when he gets on, they always come on stage with the eyes real big, like, what was that motherfucker doing up here?
That's the worst.
Remember when I went back on stage, the show you went with me to, because the guy, when I got off, stupid Sugar Bear, this was like, by the way, 4 years ago.
I remember him.
This was like 4 years ago only.
Yeah.
And we leave the show. I got asked to do the show last minute, so I went and did it, and Soder was with me. And when I got off stage, he goes, hey, man, he goes, look, when you first started your job, he goes, you had a rough time, too, or something like that. And I went back on stage. I went on stage and gave him a smile. I was like, I've lapped you in this business, Sugar Bear, you asshole. Are you kidding me?
It was crazy to see, like, a host do that kind of thing and then watch Jay just break the fourth wall and go, yeah, man, I've, done way more than you. I've been on TV a bunch, and the guy goes,
talking about?
And he just goes, okay, Jay, okay. Like, Jay was crazy.
Yeah, dude. The guy was apologetic to me, the guy who ran the whole show. But there's one of my favorite things, though. Like it really does. Like it seems almost mildly racist, like how black crowds will like whiff and turn on these weird like situations. I always said, I don't know if you could find it, Christine, but there's a evening, not the Showtime at the Apollo clip, like the amateur night thing, where a white dude comes out. It's one of my favorite things. He's dressed, super tucked in shirt, whatever, like button down shirt, waving high as he walks out in khaki pants, and the crowd just right away starts going like, boo, boo, and then he just goes, he like kind of has a panic face, and then Summer just does a somersault and gets back up there like, yeah. They just go nuts cheering for him.
Oh, please find this, Christine.
Just because he just did a somersault. They started like, what? You want to see me somersault? I'm like, yeah, we did.
Because it's that moment of not having any confidence and then having the complete confidence to roll your butt over your head.
Just the exact story I told last night, though, when the black audience can't boo you, all you could hear is, When
a joke misses and you hear that, I did Marina's Room in Harlem about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had, first half of the set was great, and then I was like, okay, cool. So I made fun of my mom, and I made a joke, and I started, It was just silent, and I was like, oh, fuck, and then I just went right into the Russian joke.
Help me, help me. I was doing a show at somewhere in New York after, like at 7 o'clock after a work show.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know why I started trashing Sharpton, but it was all black.
Was it that LeBar Bat show?
Yes.
I used to do that show.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the 50s, maybe, on 57th.
Yep. It's 57th, or like between 9th and 10th. It's like way.
Yeah, so I'm this big girl. She must have been 500, what was booing me. I go, you fat bitch. You should be mooing, not booing. They go nuts, and I go, thank you, good night.
Yeah. All right, I'm out of here.
I told the story 1,000 times, but we did a black show in AC years and years ago, me and Rich, and it was a very awkward black crowd. I had a pretty rough go with them.
Yeah.
And Voss was closing the show, and he went up there, and he just goes, he was talking to the crowd, he goes, sir, you're a black dude. Let me ask you a question. The guy's like, I'm not black. Started being an asshole. He's like, and Rich is like, what are you? He's like, Irish. And he goes, what are you, a leprechaun? And the place fucking roared.
Fuck.
But it is, I'm telling you.
It's a balls move.
No, it is a balls move. I'm telling you, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
If it's something that's genuinely funny, you'll win in all
audiences.
It's never happened where a crowd turned on a line that's even at its peak racist.
You know what?
Dude,
I'll tell you, not racist, but I'll tell you, audiences that do turn are fucking uptight white people.
Oh, of course. To turn, you'll never get.
They're the worst.
They're the worst.
Dude, I had a thing at the Cellar one night. That was with I was late for a show, and Artie Fuqua was hosting. Who I love. Artie Fuqua's my co-host of
What's Your Fucking Deal? CISO.com. Go get a subscription and watch the last 2 episodes.
And he I was almost late for the show because I did a black show in Yonkers that like ran crazy late, and it's because of all this. No. Okay. No, it was like John Smoot, the late John Smoot. It was a great dude, man.
I don't know him.
He was an awesome guy. He had a show, and the show was running crazy late. I said I had to get out of there, but they did a dance contest before the show, and then not exaggerating, a banana eating contest, basically like, who could sucking dick, basically. Yeah. So when I got down to the club, it was just like an improv moment, I guess, but it's one thing they'll never repeat again, so it'll never work. It'll just get booze. But in the moment, I was like, I almost didn't make it here, Artie. I was at this black show, and it was run behind. I go, there was a dance contest, and then they also had a banana eating contest. I'm like, is that racist to have a bunch of black people do a banana eating contest? And he goes, not if it was all black people who thought of it. And I'm like, okay. I go, how about if they had to open them with their feet? Now is it racist? And it killed with the room, but you're like, and I said that moment, I go, they killed, and Artie was laughing. He was the best sport about that. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that'll never, that's the retirement of that in a crowd. I mean, in this moment, but in a crowd, you can't recapture a moment like that. So that's what I'm saying. You can say if it's the leprechaun line in that moment was it broke the awkwardness of the room and murdered, and it turned this. It's one of those shitty dance club shows where it's like, hey, everyone, stop dancing. We're doing a comedy show.
But then,
go ahead.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I've walked down black rooms. If you show no fear, I've walked down and said, I haven't seen as many black people since Mike Tyson and Don King were giving out free turkeys. But that was back in the day when they were
Sure. It'd be funny now if that just fell flat because no one got the reference.
No, they do that.
Why would he do that?
Who's Don King?
Yeah. It can go. I feel like there's like when you go dirty sometimes with uptight white audiences, they're the fight. Even if it's fun, like I was trying to explain to you that crowd in San Diego, they were like good, but they were uptight.
A lily white crowd,
and a lily white crowd
is the worst one. They're the mother. They feel bad. They feel the pain of everything except for white people jokes.
The worst are young white 22, 23-year-olds that have been brainwashed by their professors, and they're like, everyone is equal, and people, you know what I mean?
The last college I used to do only was that I did for Marty was the
SUNY.
I used to SUNY Delhi, and that was always like pretty whatever show, but I did colleges. I remember when I first got in, man, everyone was like, you get those college. I remember Kevin Hart started doing Baz Schuler, was sending them all over the road for colleges, and I'd go with him once in a while, and I did a few on my own ever. But I go there. I remember going to the first one and being like, this is going to be perfect. I'm 23. I'm 24. So I'm like, I'm going to connect with these kids. And the first time it's any kind of like dirty or like racial joke in any way, they fucking shut down. And you're like, you're the kids. You're supposed to be the ones who laugh at it. And it's not. It's literally... The better crowds to me are like 40-something-year-olds love my shit so much more.
You know what it is? It's people who've been through shit. Because I remember, I bombed at Iowa State. I took, without a doubt, the worst beating of my life in the basement of this rec center. And I go downstairs, and it was like an awesome stage, and I was like, there was a lot of kids. I was like, this is going to be a fucking murder. You guys might want to call campus police. I'm about to fuck some shit up. And I ate it, and like halfway through my act, I was like, oh yeah, I have an act for adults. Like, I'm talking about like quitting drinking, and these kids are like, they're just sitting there with a Coke, and you're like, fuck. And then anything that an opinion-based thing, if they didn't agree with it, they just check out.
And then they'll be happy to come up to you after the show and let you know what they disagreed with.
Dude, I had a girl at Davidson College in North Carolina, and she yelled out at, and Julia Rossi could tell you the story. She opened for me and did a joke about how her mom's an immigrant. and she's racist towards other immigrants. And this girl goes, "That offended me." And she goes, "Are you Asian?" Because it was about Asian people. Yeah. And she goes, "No, but that offended me." And then Julia does the rest of her set, gets off stage, and I get on and I'm like, "Hey, did that really offend you?" And she's like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Well, hey, in the contract, it says I talk for an hour, and I'm going to talk what the fuck I want to talk about." Yeah. Audience was great. They were actually a really good audience, except that one girl. I do a joke about Starbucks being white people embassies. I just do that joke. After the show, the lady who runs the show goes, "Yeah, that student wants to talk to you." And I'm like, I go, "Yeah, cool, whatever. Like, have her come back to the green room. I don't give a shit."
My hotel room.
I go there, dude. She's like shaking with anger. She's like shaking with anger. And she's got like a high school softball player face, where it's like a ponytail and like kind of. And she's like, "Can I talk to you?" It's like that bitchy, like
I call those girls thick and tans.
Yeah, thick and tan. And she goes like, "Can I talk to you?" And we go back, and Julia's like in the room with me, right? So there's no, and she goes, "I just want to let you know that your act is racist." And I was like, I go, "How's my act racist?" She goes, "That's Starbucks joke. You say that you're comforted when you see a Starbucks in a tough neighborhood." I'm like, "That's the joke. That they're white people embassies. That's where we feel comfortable." I wanted to be like, "You fucking moron." That's the whole joke. And she goes, "You're not allowed to talk about race." And I go, "Why not?" She goes, "'Cause you're an old white man." And I was like, "Bitch, I am 30.
That's hilarious.
You should have said, "I used to date a colored girl."
I got a half of one child.
She got mad when I beat up her brother to Nights in White Satin.
But it turned into a 30-minute conversation where the girl ended up crying, and it was, you know what it turns out? She was so fucking ramped up from being on Facebook and reading all these clickbait articles that she came out to a live show and someone talked about race, and she was like, no, it was Julia's joke is innocent.
They don't want to discuss anything. They just want to like march and yell things to people who believe everything like them.
But that's the comment section.
I got to a college one time. Me, Dave Smith, Adrian Ampellucci drove up to a college one time, and the lady on the phone goes, "So I'll meet you outside by the gate and let you guys in the parking lot." I'm like, "Cool." And then we pull up, and like just like all of a sudden, like, there's a midget's head in my window. I was like, "God, like warn me!" And she didn't mention that I'll be, make a joke like I'll be the little like all of a sudden a midget's coming, which just appeared next to me. I'm like, "Holy shit!" But they don't want to talk about it.
They don't want to bring it up.
I was doing a college years ago. I think it was Trenton State.
4 years ago.
It was a while. No, years ago.
No.
I think
Joe Matarese was the headliner.
I don't know when I did a college last. Maybe 3-4 years. Who knows? But anyhow, so I'm on stage. It's going well. Whatever. I'm doing whatever. This is a professor or somebody just is walking through.
Yeah.
Just walking through. Not even. And he hears me say Irish or Spanish. He doesn't hear anything but that. Then I get a complaint. They don't want to pay me because I'm, offensive. He didn't I'm killing or doing as well as you could do in a college. The next week at that college, now they don't want to pay me. I did get my money, I think. The next week at that college, Khalid Al-Muhammad was speaking, who was kicked out of the Nation of Islam. He was Farrakhan's right-hand man. He was kicked out for being too extreme. And he was speaking at that college. But yet I told a fucking
Irish joke?
Whatever. Well, and
the Irish have had a very tough history, Rich.
It's just that and like you said, even white people in general right now are living in this guilt. First of all, they're hypocrites because they'll sit there and pander and they'll go, "Oh, or you can't say that." But none of them have minority friends. None of them hang out with minorities. The second a minority moves into their neighborhood, they want to sell their fucking house. So don't act like you're fucking some activist for minorities when you're the biggest fucking hypocrites.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Now, if and there's nothing worse than you're doing a show and you say something and the white girl looks over to see if the black people are laughing. Go fuck yourself. You know what? Why don't you leave? It drives me nuts.
What's funny is they're hypocrites or they're morons because they do things like I just live in Crown Heights in a warehouse. It's like it's mostly a drug den, but who cares? They're all just people. I'm like, get the fuck out of there, you idiot.
I sleep in an abandoned muffler factory, and they come in, and a lot of the times they make my dog fight their dogs, but that's their culture, and I accept it.
Oh, they're the fucking worst. I don't like white. I like Jews and blacks.
There it is, and Rich Voss going to be at the Black Box in Boca Raton, Florida, this Friday, May 14th, and Saturday, May 15th. Get tickets at Boca BlackBox.com. You can also catch Rich at Maxwell's in Hoboken, New Jersey on Thursday, May 19th. We were talking earlier about hooking up with hotel employees, like people that work at the hotel, or front desk.
We say like a girl, like she's a waitress. You fuck her like there at the restaurant, or like right when you meet them. I mean, stewardess on a plane.
I got blown by a bartender at a comedy show that's ran by our friends.
Comedy show doesn't mean anything.
Okay, so I lose it on that.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you got all your powers.
You're right.
I mean, I've gotten picked up people on. I picked up a girl on a plane, and
you did though. It worked.
But she didn't work on a plane. I mean, I got a hand job
on the plane.
Yeah, on
That's
the plane.
Huge. That's what we're talking about.
Were you guys standing face to face while she was jerking you off in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Like she was rolling dice. She's like,
oh, she'll give you the overhander. Yeah, she's looking at you.
Well, she might have blown. I had a girl I fucked on the Amtrak, this black chick. And
on the tracks? Because that's pretty dangerous.
But then she goes, can you give me a couple bucks?
No.
Oh, really?
So I gave her like $6.
Hey. That's great. Is that 70s money? Yeah. That's a lot now.
A train stainer?
You know.
I could have caught the clap on that one. I like employees, like how, I don't know.
I never had a hotel. We were in hotels so much. Did you ever hook up with like the front desk girl or the we were watching earlier. These guys now post videos, like iPhone videos of them banging, like, this isn't like the fake ones that are like, porn.
Yeah.
Like a guy getting blowjobs from like the maids and all that kind of shit.
I had a maid, came in my room, and then she came, knocked on the door, goes, you need anything? I go, yeah, and she blew me. That's the only time. That's the only time.
But that's the only time.
So you said, yeah, a blowjob.
Well, I said I like to. I think I said I like to bust a nut or something.
Oh, you are from the street.
She blew me, and I might have. I think I jerked off on her chest.
Oh, what?
Really? Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Well, I can't even. Was she a maid?
No, I mean like Mexican.
No,
like,
a black chick.
Black chick.
They were going because she came in my room twice.
You feel like she came back around for a reason.
I knew she came back for a reason.
She was like, "You're hot."
Goes, and I wasn't
that vibe.
And I was working.
And then when she was done, she was like, "You got a couple bucks."
Yeah,
it always happens.
Yeah. She's like, this one was this was up in Albany when I was in Albany. But then I remember I picked up waitresses at Denny's, but I didn't fuck them at Denny's. I picked up a waitress once at Denny's.
Like, let's get out of here.
Well, after she got off work, my hotel was right behind Denny's.
I may have done that. I may have picked up a diner chick after diner work, possibly. That may have happened.
I mean, you can't count waitresses from comedy clubs.
No.
I was out of rehab for one.
That's way easy.
Maybe 1 month I was out of rehab. Maybe 1 month. And I was a coke addict. And I'm out of rehab and this waitress is fucking smoking. We go back to my room. I mean, smoking. And it was in,
is it Denny's waitress or a comedy club?
This is comedy. I will tell you the story anyhow, even though it doesn't count. I'm a month out of rehab and she's so fucking hot. And then I kissed her and her mouth tasted funny. I'm going, oh. Yeah. She pulls out a bag of coke. It must have been a quarter out. I go, oh man, I just got out of I go, look, you're going to have to get out of here, but first I got to come. And
okay, all right. Rich gets his.
What a great way to get rid of him afterwards. So I goes, listen, but that was great. That was a lot of fun, but I need you to get out of here.
I am highly volatile.
Yeah.
I might do blow. So real quick, what I'm going to need you to do is empty my balls and then take that cocaine and scurry the fuck out of here.
It's a very vulnerable time for me.
Yeah.
First of all, stewardesses now, you don't want to fuck them, but what do you think there's
I was saying, I just had 3 come to my show, the ones that were on my plane. My Virgin Airlines still hires hot ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Virgin Airlines, I'm saying Emirates.
I go Delta.
I've never flown that airline, but when you see when you're at a hotel
and they come in
and they bring in that procession of, everyone's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big money airline too.
Is that what it is?
Isn't it? Emirates, isn't it?
It's just like, sultans and shit.
Yeah, they're spending all that oil money.
But do you really think so? Stewardess, is going, oh, hold on, can let me go fuck you real quick? I mean, I just feel
like there has to be that. Here, we have Jennifer in Texas here who says she was the aggressor in a bar, quote unquote, rape.
Hi, Jennifer.
Oh, I didn't mean to say rape.
It's okay.
No, this was a while back, and my niece, she's 10 years younger than me. She had brought a group of friends to where I was living, and I was newly divorced. And she was bringing this particular guy that I didn't really know, but I had seen before. And I had decided that I was going to make it happen.
Just as soon as you laid eyes on him, you're like, I'm fucking that guy.
How old was he?
I did. He's beautiful.
Wow.
I know, and he was 10 years younger than me. And I think I overestimated my capacity to drink. And I got real drunk, and we went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's where it all goes down.
Starts.
You guys went to the fuck palace.
BW2?
Yeah, and, I was grabbing his crotch right there. I was putting his hand in mine, and I remember about half of it. He likes to fill me in on the details of the parts that I either can't remember or don't.
Do you sexy it up instead of saying we grabbed each other's crotches?
Yeah.
It's something you're testing out if your school pants still fit.
It's still embarrassing as all yours, but
turns out there's still room in the crotch.
Yeah, there's a lot of room in this crotch. You want me to hem these things?
Yeah, it's good. These are my good snow pants.
Well, I think I told him to feel how hot it was. So.
Nice. Oh, you had that denim warmth.
That's great. Not even wet, just hot.
Yeah.
Just hot.
I like a chick that gets toasty.
Feel my unnaturally hot pussy. It's like a fever.
Hey, put your hand down there. I got a real oven situation going
I'm getting
on.
cold sweats in my puss.
You don't even need hot sauce. Put the wing down there.
Yeah, I got some fever puss going on. You might want to break this with an ice bath.
That's good for you, Jennifer, though. I like that aggressive shit. It doesn't happen very often in my life. I've had a couple.
Awesome. Whenever it happens, it's awesome.
Did you fuck him more than once, or was it just a one-time thing?
No, we're still together now. That was 11 years ago.
Ooh, do you guys go back? Do you guys go back once a year to Buffalo Wild Wings and get your crotches all hot?
No, because I kind of hang my head in shame every time we pass one because he gives me that look. Says, remember when I got raped there? And it's very embarrassing for me. But he loves it. He loves the story.
And all these years later, is your crotch still hot?
Most of the time.
Good for you.
If you want to send a picture, we're available at the... I'm kidding, Jennifer. I'm kidding.
I don't think you can get a hot crotch in the picture, but...
No, you can tell if it's blotchy. That Texas sun.
Yeah, you can get some good heat. You get the heat waves coming off it. Like
I picked up a girl in Texas once.
I like your face. I'm like, ew, I picked up a girl. Thanks for calling, Jennifer. That was awesome.
Some old-fashioned Texas hot crotch.
Yeah,
Texas. That's Jennifer, TX hot crotch.
I think her crotch, she used a fucking napkin that she left in the fucking bed in Texas. It was... Oh, God. Texas girls, there's some hot girls in Texas.
Texas has
beautiful.
Some fucking hot.
But a lot of them are, if you're going to try to find anything more exciting than a blonde hair, blue-eyed, big-titted, like tan cheerleader chick, if you feel you will get tired of that eventually, you do it, then have to fuck a Mexican. Those are your two choices.
That's the Texas speeds?
Or a stripper.
That's your two choices, yeah.
I think I caught the clap in Lubbock.
Oh,
really?
That sounds like a Cash song.
That sounds like a 70s story.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure something. I mean,
Nixon was in office.
Yeah,
Times weren't that good.
I was opening. I was in MC and I was working with Hicks and I went to the strip club and we were fucking rock stars then. And I stink now, but I really
was Hicks drinking at the time?
Yeah, he was partying. This is when Hicks was Hicks.
Ah, dude, that sounds...
He was fucking... I watched him. I go, I'll never be that funny as long as I live.
Yeah.
And this is what... I was getting...
And then 2 years later, you were.
Yeah.
No, I was getting high. You don't think Hicks... I saw Hicks... He was in 7-Eleven. Something happened.
Yeah.
He went on stage the next night and did 10 minutes on it, and it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's get back to horny shit, though.
Sure.
So... Have you ever fucked like a hotel girl?
No, I've never gotten it. I've gotten kind of hit on once. I told the story in the first hour by this girl in Kansas City, but it just creeped me out. It wasn't normal. But I've never had like a...
as far as aggression, I've had and very pretty ones, like comedy club waitresses.
I don't even get out.
Throw it. Very much like, let's get out of here and fuck.
I've never gotten that.
I've gotten that from, I guess, like fan, like girls do, or not even fan. At time, I mean, through my life in times before anyone in the audience was a fan, just like a girl that liked the show. And
I've had that, but I haven't had like a comedy club, like a hot comedy club waitress be like, "What's up?"
I had in Tampa. I had this one beautiful girl. I mean, she was so. I would have married her. Let's go. And then I had these two girls. They go, "Come on, you want to come back to our place?" So I went back with the two.
Okay.
Right?
And do you regret that? Do you regret that decision?
No, I ate one girl's pussy. She came.
Okay.
She goes, "I'm going to bed." I just ate, and then I was downstairs with the other girl the rest of the,
You just played. You guys just played a board game.
Yeah, of course.
She's like, "You just came over here to munch some box." She's going to bed.
I ate her box. She went to bed. What a fucking trooper! I like a girl like that.
I like it. I just like
you know what? I came. I'm done with you, pal.
I like the thought of her picking up her jeans and going, "All right, well, I'm about to hit the sack."
Oh, you know what I did do one time? I went into a bar, Kalamazoo, Missouri. No, Kalamazoo, Michigan. There was a club there for 5 minutes. They ended up closing and screwing a bunch of people over. Mike
the Comedy Castle?
No.
That's Detroit.
It's in Royal Oak, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Royal.
No, this club, I went there, and after, it's like in a complex where it was like the comedy club, and then there was like a college bar.
Yeah.
College bar right there. And by the time I got out of the comedy club, you know what it was? There was a girl who was a stripper, and her friends were a couple.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and she was like showing me her pussy and everything in the green room. It was going great. The couple got mad at her because she said she promised she'd go home with them that night. And being on the other side of that now, I can kind of see that being annoying. And in fact, we've been victim of that before. But I was like, come on, like they're a couple already. Come, hang out with me or whatever. And she's like, no, like they're gonna be really angry if I don't. I promise. Like back. So they cock blocked and took her away. So I went to. This is so funny. I went to this college bar. Did a loop around the bar. I don't know if I was like drunk enough or something. Just had the kind of thing. I'm like, who's gonna give me a ride home? It's like a group of like chicks, basically. Who's gonna give me a ride home to my hotel? It's like 10 minutes from here or whatever. I just need a ride real quick. And this one goes, I'll give you a ride. And she drives me back to the hotel. Now it's starting to snowstorm already. And there's apparently a big snowstorm coming. And we get back to the hotel and we're sitting there talking and whatever. And I'm just like trying to convince her to do something.
Yeah.
I think, ironically, what she let me do only was titty fuck.
Yeah.
But in giving her my spiel.
That's called a Kalamazoo Soder.
But in my spiel, like, I'm giving I'm not the kind of guy who just hooks up and then asks a girl to leave. Like, I'm like a good, I'm not like that. I think that's shitty. And I really gave a whole spiel. And then, as soon as I fucking laid that flux capacitor on her chest.
Yeah, the old pearl necklace.
I went into the bathroom. I just remember laughing at myself because I didn't overthink it when I said it, but just taking a piss, just going like, "You may want to get out of here before that storm hits."
That's so funny.
She was like, "Yeah, I get it." She split.
Chest full of bulldog drool. Just like, I gotta get going before the storm. I had a girl when I worked in radio.
Bulldog drool.
This girl.
That's a great word for it.
This girl that I was kind of friends with. She had massive tits, and I brought her to the radio station because that was like my comedy back in the day. You could like bring him and be like, watch me do a shift. And so we were like making out, and I was like, we should like fool around. And we go in this office, and she's like, no, I'm not gonna blow you. I'm like, all right. And she's like, she said it like as a deterrent. She goes, you can titty fuck me. And I was like, yeah! Woohoo!
Because most guys would be like, no thanks.
Yeah, and I was like,
Soder.
Done and done.
I was at a club between shows. I never lie about sex, believe me. So after the first show,
you're 50-something.
I know.
It's funny if you did.
Yeah.
I get laid all the time. I don't care.
I got a girlfriend. She goes to another school.
Yeah. When I was with Parker Posey. So between shows, after the first show, some girls in my room, giving me head, whatever. Yeah. Then she, leaves. So after the second show, I'm shooting pool and the couple's there. It was so fucking uncomfortable. And the boyfriend goes, my girlfriend wants to do both of us.
Yeah.
So we go to my room, and I think she was blowing me too, and him, and whatever. And either he came or I came, or whatever. But she couldn't handle it. She went in the bathroom, and she relapsed, and she started cutting herself. I go, what's going on? He goes, I think she's cutting herself.
What?
So
the guy was just calling. He goes, she's probably cut herself again.
So I'm not lying. I fucking packed up and got the fuck out of Dodge, because, I'm not getting some crazy girl. He did that. I've never done anything against anybody.
Oh, dude.
And it's so scary. I'm glad I'm married.
I'm
glad I'm
Sometimes
fucking
being
married.
single on the road's a fucking complication.
Yeah.
I was in D.C. doing shows in 2012, and I met this guy. I'm like, there's a bar under the area. It was like a private show. It wasn't a club or whatever. And then there's a bar under the place. We're drinking. And this guy and I remember exactly what we were talking about. We were talking about the Falcons-Seahawks playoffs game. And this guy's like super cool. He's like, I don't know, man. I think the Seahawks are going to win. And his girlfriend comes up and she's like, hi, guys. And she's hot, but she's hammered. And she's like, what are you guys talking about? We're like, Seahawks, Falcons. And she goes she looks at me and she looks at her boyfriend. Then she looks back at me and she goes, where are you staying? I go to the Marriott. She goes, can we have sex with him? And the boyfriend looks at me like mortified. And I'm like, I go to the girl, I don't think he's down with that. And she goes, well, why? What if I want to do it? And she's in high heels and almost on cue takes 2 steps and eats shit. She's like, And I was like, wow, I don't think you can really propose that.
That's pretty great, though.
Yeah. The boyfriend looked at me like we were 2 friends. I was like, fuck you, man. I think the Falcons are going to win. He's like, fuck you. And she's like, so what's up? You want to let him fucking run a train?
Like, some girl, as I'm saying, I'm surprised we didn't have more girls calling in with stuff about that because, there's like some, like Fenoya just had a girl in Indianapolis, came up to him basically, and it wasn't even that he was married. It had nothing to do with that. His stage set's about being married. He's got stuff on stage about that, Mike Fenoya. Uh-huh. And when he got off, a girl with a boyfriend came over and was basically he goes home and goes to bed. I come back out. So it's like, let's meet up. It's basically saying let's fuck. And he was like,
no.
Not only was she did not care that he was married. She was like, I'm going to fucking lose this asshole. The girl that I got caught with by my ex, real bad. Yeah. That started when opening for a tell at Caroline's one day. She was on a date with a guy. I was talking to her from the stage and she kept saying that she wanted me to come home with her. And I was like, yeah. And the guy's daggers at me the whole time, in the lobby of Caroline's. And I go, sweetie, I don't think your boyfriend is she talking to me like this, like that. And she goes, he's not my boyfriend. She goes, and even if he was, I'd fuck you tonight anyway. She just gave me her number, and I fucked her that night.
Have you ever done a thing where they where they take a picture and they hug you, and the boyfriend's taking the picture, and you're like, I'm sorry for this, man. I am
rubbing your back, sort of.
It feels so. Where they're like, I had a great shit. That was you're like, the boss just hit the wet spot. Boss goes, okay, stop touching me, okay.
This girl,
buy the CD.
The picture's just her cheesing, and he's going, ooh.
This girl at Caroline's one night, this girl, supermodel, walks out after my show, shakes my hand, and all of a sudden I have her phone number. Then I go on a date with her. I bring her to the cellar. Listen to me. She's a fucking 10, believe me.
Yeah.
And we're at the cellar, and she's in the back, drunk, passed out at the table. And I don't know what comic it was. Somebody, Boss's girl is I think it was Patrice. Boss's girl was knocked out. And she was snoring or fucked up, right? But somehow she woke up and I found her.
Okay.
But here's a crazy story. Do I got a minute?
Yeah.
Sick. I mean, this is why I'm so glad some girl goes, when are you going to be in Chicago? I go, I have nothing. I'm in Indianapolis. And this was years ago, before I was married. Or when I was dating Bonnie.
I do hate that long term from now. It goes, hey, next time you come to whereverville, so you got some pussy waiting for you, and you're like, oh, cool, hot chick, and then you're look at your calendar, it's just as we start telling managers, I remember calling the Steinbergs, you guys got to get me to Omaha.
Yeah.
I got some hot puss for me in Sioux Falls.
So this girl goes, I go, look, I don't know. It's just an email. It might have been MySpace then. I go, I'll be in Indianapolis. I'm on stage, girl in the audience by herself.
Oh, boy.
Very attractive. I'm talking to her from after the show, I'm selling CDs. Probably my second. I have 4, working on 5. And I almost have my 5th one out. Going to be brilliant. So she comes up, walks up as I'm selling CDs with a suitcase and goes, hi, I'm the girl that emailed from Chicago. My car broke down, so I took a cab here.
Jesus.
And had a suitcase. She drove from Chicago to Indianapolis. I'm going, whoa, I never told you to come. I just said I'll be there. So I go to the manager of the club, Sandy at the time, who I knew. I go, give this girl a cab. Got her a cab. I said, good luck, with your car and everything. She had a suitcase. So I get back to my hotel, and I'm surprised I didn't fucking sue him. I get to my hotel, and they go, some girl came here, And we told her we put her in the room next to you. She was and now I started getting a panic attack. I called Bonnie. I go, what? I said to the hotel, why would you tell her what fucking room I'm in and put her so I said, you put me in another room. I didn't even go to my room to get clothes. I just went to another room and went to sleep. Yeah. Because, I guess the cab driver or somebody said where the comics stay. And she found out the hotel. And
wow.
And she was hot, but you know how crazy this one had to be?
Yeah, there's no lady of the lake like that who's just perfect and cool and also hot. And it's just like, I'm going to drive to Chicago to see you. By the way, if you turn on me, I'll fucking slit your throat.
Tell you what, Mark Norman just would have fucked him.
You're like, let me get deep in there. Rich Voss going to be at the Black Box in Boca Raton, Florida this Friday and Saturday. Get tickets at bocablackbox.com. You can also catch Rich at Maxwell's in Hoboken, New Jersey on Thursday, May 19th. Go to maxwellsnj.com for tickets. Big J going to be at the DC Improv this Thursday through Sunday.
Tamara.
Go to bigjcomedy.com for tickets and other tour dates. Sign up for CISO.com and watch What's Your Fucking Deal. Rich and I both did it. Awesome show on CISO.com. And then, of course, Skankfest VIP pre-sale tickets available now at creeklic.com. Festival is going to be at the Creek in the Cave in Queens on June 18th.
And pre-sale is only until Sunday. Also, Dan Soder is going to be pairing up with Sean Patton on the Mashup Show.
Fucking A.
Tomorrow, Thursday, at 8:30 p.m. at the Stand. Bonnie McFarlane, Janine Garofalo, Mateo Lane, Lisa Traeger, Louis J. Gomez, Adrian Appalucci, all on that show. Go to thestandnyc.com for tickets. Follow us on the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And make sure you see Soder Comedy on State, Madison, Wisconsin. Thursday, May 19th through Saturday, May 21st. You can also see him at the Hustler Club with Lewis and Dave, the Skanks, on Friday, May 13th. Go to hustlerclub.com for tickets. And, of course, Used People, still on cc.com and YouTube. Working on a pilot for that, I know, pilot script, so that's going to be very exciting, hilarious. Check that out. And, of course, we're also proud Dan Soder's 1 hour special, Not Special, will be premiering Saturday, May 21st at 11 p.m. on Comedy Central. It's been a fun week, dude.
Yeah, been a very
Thank you
fun
so much
week.
for hanging out, Rich.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We love you, and we will catch the campers on Monday.
Have a good weekend.